Good afternoon. Reporting live from Fort Myers. Today, well, not today. It was
last night.
Last night we watched the movie. And what was the name of the movie?
Always and Forever.
Have you guys seen this movie? Do you know where to watch it at?
It came out in November 2020, but we just seen it on. Was it on Fox?
It's called All Black. No, it's called All Black now.
All Black, which is the new urban movie channel. UMC is what it was called before. So that's where we first seen it at. Again, it's called Always and Forever. Really different cast. I'll say it was directed by Chris Stokes.
Yeah.
Directed by Chris Stokes, Marcus Houston, Chris Stokes, Marcus Houston. Yeah. So they had a lot of name flipping going on through that. So we don't really know which one of them did what, but they both had their hand in this movie. It starred Cynthia Robinson. She was, if you ever watched Power, she was Governor Tate's like assistant for a while or whatever they had going on Power. Robbie Jones, he was a guy from Temptations, a Tyler Perry movie. Loretta Devine, Wood Harris, Lauren London were the main characters that you would know. Yeah, so let's get into it.
First of all, what caught my attention to click on it was the thumbnail. You know, they had a pretty interesting thumbnail to click on it to view it. Quality of the film was amazing. Like, you know, I appreciated the way the film looked. I guess we can get into the details we've been talking about. So for me, the movie was alright, but
Let's tell what it was about.
Okay, yeah, you tell what it's about then.
So the movie was four friends that grew up together. It starts as four girls in a summer camp, and they were not picking on, but some of the girls, they had like a little dare going on. They needed to kiss this guy, Pete. He had like a little weight on him, chubby.
Peter Wells.
You're right, Peter Wells. He was chubby, and I guess some things went left, and then they had to basically vow never to tell what happened with him, which was he died. And so the movie kind of took off from there. These girls remained friends.
Well, no, he almost drowned, but later on committed suicide.
Right, but we didn't know that till the end.
Right, yeah, we didn't know till the end. Right, yeah, that's
so.
See, that was missing.
Right, they thought that they killed him, and so they basically kind of took that with them, and then they began their lives. Successful women. It started out with Nicole getting married, and the movie kind of took off from there. Had a nice, guy, which was the guy from Temptations, Fighting Temptations, I think the name of the movie is. Maybe not Temptations, I think Tyler Perry. But anyway, they got married, and then it kind of rolled into, was it 4 years later?
Yeah.
After they got married, it was 4 years later.
4 years later.
And then the movie starts. So it was good though. Like I don't want. I mean, I guess at this point the movie already out, so we can kind of talk about it. But I don't.
For me,
like
the movie missed details of it. Like, if you haven't seen it by now, I mean, you need to watch it. But I guess we won't give away too much since if you haven't already seen it. The movie just missed key detail of just storytelling. It got to the point of the end trying to fill in the missing blanks, but they literally could have used maybe 30 seconds to a minute to add in extra detail of storytelling of the movie, so the person that's watching it can really get into it. Because certain parts left you confused on, like, where did this girl come from? Like, why did Nicole think he was just all of a sudden cheating? Because he was going out of town?
Yeah,
like,
so the
nothing was with that.
The husband started doing these random trips out of town, and she maybe didn't know about him. And she was a successful lawyer. He was in whatever field he was in.
They never even said what he did.
No, they didn't know what he did. But the house was amazing. It really don't even matter. Like,
yeah, they never said what he did for a living.
Right. So
unless we missed it.
Yeah, maybe he was an architect or something. That's when he had that little blueprint thing with the little tube. So I think he did something with architecture. But yeah, so that's how it kind of kicked off and went left, because she was thinking that he was out cheating. But then, I'm sorry, her friends started dying. Like in the middle of all of this, first one of the friends died, Roxy from.
Well, that started off right after the wedding.
Yeah, a girl died, and so it started kind of affecting everyone around her. So for me, I'm thinking that it's him, because I don't like him from other movies that I've seen him in. So I'm thinking him, but it really wasn't Robbie Jones that was doing any of this. You could kind of like eliminate.
No, he killed Roxy because it was a male that was in there, so he killed her.
Okay.
Yeah, he killed her.
They was working together.
Yep.
So yeah, just these murders that started happening, and they were dying just different ways. Saying it was suicide for her. Another girl died in the boutique that she worked at. She's been 5 years sober. It was just missing puzzle pieces, but the movie was very suspenseful. Like, it was a really, really, really good movie. They just missed certain key things to make the movie all come together. But like, for me, I understood it some. Terry didn't, like why they did what they did, but you really got to be thinking to figure out, like, oh, okay, this is why they did this way. Look, Loretta Devine was Robbie's mom, which is Pete. His name was Brian Taylor, I believe, in the movie.
And it's like you would think, was she in on it too?
Yeah.
Because she came to talk to the mom. I think he cheated, and she's like, no. Like, were you in it? Were you in on it? Did you know both of them was trying to kill her?
Right. And I really don't think she knew. I really don't. I know that they were foster kids together. They didn't get with her until after that. So that may have been a secret that they always kept of what happened in their childhood, together. So I really don't think that she knew. I really don't. No. Like, that was the typical, she didn't like her just because. I don't think it had anything to do, you know what I'm saying? It didn't have anything to do with that. They adopted them to give them a better life. They didn't bring that into her house. I really don't feel like they did.
It just was missing so many parts for me.
But it had so much potential, and it was definitely worth watching.
Yeah.
It was unpredictable, and that's what I kind of like about it. You know, some movies are very predictable. This was not predictable at all. Like the sister, she went under an alias. Her name was Paige. Mm-hmm. It really was Samantha, I think it was. Right. Samantha Wells, maybe. So a lot of things were discovered later by the detective in the movie. Really,
I think it would have been better if they just would have filmed it as them dating, and then boom, they get married, and then all this is revealed in the honeymoon.
Right, it was too long. It was 4 years later. Like,
he already knew who you were, and then 4 years later you get married. Then a year later, let me kill you.
Right, he had a crush on Peter Wells. Had a crush on the girl that he married years ago in school. And that's kind of like how it got to this. She never tried to kill him.
And it was in high school. You mean to tell me you never knew how this dude looked?
Well, it was before high school. This was like.
But no, remember he did a flashback like, I went to high school with you.
But he had
that little funny weird voice.
Right, he was weird. They were like popular, beautiful girls. They didn't see him. He was invisible.
Right.
But
it just shouldn't have. What I disagree with, it shouldn't have went from marriage and then 4 years later, and then the after the anniversary, boom, let me kill you. Like, you let 5 years go by and you never wanted to kill her, unless, like I said, he didn't really want to, but he wanted to kill the friends because he knew she was trying to save him.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
Then the sister came, and the sister wanted to kill her. So, like, he was trying to stop the sister from killing her, but then he still ended up trying to kill her.
Yeah, and I feel like if anybody should have died, it would have been the friends that was going to let him drown. Like, he should never have tried to kill her. If anybody needed to die, it would have been them three. Like, if we got to kill
killed her over the 4 years of y'all being married. Like, what happened?
And he should have. Like, they should have broke the guys in that was kicking them first. Like, right there being for them to die.
That wasn't in the budget.
Yeah.
Extra actors, small budget.
Yeah, it was funny though, like how Marcus Houston and little picture and all that.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention to this movie on the little Not a little. They had a lot of like shameless plugs
Batman from
in this movie.
It was so corny. Like that part was
all the shameless
already
plugs.
corny. Like it just made it even worse. Like all these years later, he's still corny.
Oh, they put him in the yearbook. Like if you watch it, see if you pay attention to where he's at in the yearbook.
He looked like he did on Sister in the yearbook. I'm like, oh my god, like a sister.
Other than that, out of 5, I give it a 3. For me, I just felt like they could have did better with the storyline. It could have been a lot better. It was definitely different.
I'm gonna give it a 4 simply because we watched so many low budget. Well, I don't even want to call it low budget, but you know, just what do you call those type of independent films?
Yeah.
And the Chris Stokes he put more money into the quality of the movie than the actual story.
Yeah.
One of them, or Marcus Houston, should have reread it and went back through and like, well, what really happened right here? He put so much quality into the movie where I'm going to give him a 4 off that alone because there's so many people that make way more movies than him that don't put as much thought into the quality.
Yeah, the quality was amazing.
So 4 for that alone. The plot would have been great if 3 things, were, I think, done differently. But I still give the movie a 4. I still do. It was well thought out, but a couple things they got tired. I don't know what happened, and they was probably drinking when they was writing, and they missed a couple things that we needed as the viewers.
Right.
But it was a good movie, always and forever. I still, want to support. I'm sure he gets something off of it. I don't know. Maybe not. Or, I don't know if you just got some time. Definitely watch it. It was a good, well-written film.
Right. So we watched it on the All Black channel. I'm pretty sure if you got the Cinema app on Fire Stick, you probably can find it on there. But it is worth watching. Like, if you've seen it before, let us know what you think. I know it's been a while since we did a review, but we're on vacation. Figure we'd do one on this way, have some time. Other than that, same old, subscribe, like, maybe come back with some more. Who knows? Peace.